was as if it was yesterday. After a period of 2 years, I was visiting these managers again and asked them, well, what have you really changed now? And they made this amazing list of the changes they had done to themselves. Like they said they were listening more, they were delegating more, they were less focused on details, and they were focusing on the strategy and helping the teams to decide and guiding the process and delegating the decisions. And then I asked them, well, what changes do you see in your colleagues and in your peers? And they came up with an even more extraordinary list, that they had self-steering teams and there were no more walls and they could understand each other and they had trust in the teams and they were open to changes, and people realized when they got stuck and were asking for help, and above all, they were having much more fun. And then Robert, he came up to that flip chart where we were writing all these results, and he wrote a big 28 on it and crossed it through and put an arrow there and wrote 41 and said, and we nearly increased our turnover by 50%. And the whole room of 15 managers was up applauding and giving each other's high five, and it was like a party. And I was standing there as a coach, looking at these managers and wondering, what have they achieved? I'm Coach Colin, and I was there to help them master their leadership. And for the following 2 years, I went back to understand, how did they achieve that? How could I create a story around this that makes it understandable, repeatable, and teachable for you? Because I'm Coach Colin, and I'm here to help you master your leadership, because I'm quite sure you would like to have these results with your team. Is that right? You would like to increase the effectiveness in your team by like 50% through your leadership. And when I was researching, looking for the pattern of change that these managers had gone through so that I could present it to you, I discovered its 4 sides of leadership. There are 4 elements which you can focus on as a leader so that you can be more authentic as a leader. You can create this passion and engagement in your team. You can increase the efficiency in your team, and you can create results like this team. Only if you focus on the 4 sides of leadership. And I'm going to give you the first side here of leadership so that you can understand what this is all about. And I'm quite sure you will recognize it, because it's all about communicating goals. And of course you're going to say, well, of course we have goals and my team has goals. But ask yourself this: does your team know what you need to achieve and why you need to achieve it? I'm quite sure you've told them, but think about one more time. Does your team really know in their world what you're trying to achieve and why you need to achieve that? Can they repeat that? Can they tell that to their peers, to their families, to their friends? Because if they cannot understand what they should be achieving and why they should be achieving this, they will turn to another conclusion and do what they think is most important and understand why that is important to do. And that might not be the same as what you want to achieve with your team. And that is where the efficiency starts. That is where you change and become their leader. Because when they understand in their terms what has to change and why these things have to change, they start following you on this journey. And that is why I put the whole journey of speaking the language of leadership, its 4 sides of leadership, in this book called The Journey. And if you would like to know how I worked as a coach with this manager team and how I could work with you, then go and register for this book, listen to the book, or sign up down here and get started immediately today. Because I'm Coach Colin, and I'm here to help you master your leadership.